Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? And love is my way to play. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love?
Forming of a new connection to study or to play. And so the conversation turned until the sun went down, and many fantasies were learned on that day. Keep feeling fascination, passion burning, love so strong. Keep feeling fascination, looking, learning, moving on. Well, the truth may need some rearranging. Stories to be told. I'm plain to see the facts are changing. No meaning left to hold.
It is 3:02 p.m. on 4/1/2021, April Fool's Day, which I find quite interesting. April Fool's Day, we might be in for a bit of irony. So I found myself exploring more of Carl Jung today in his exploration of the anima and the animus of the psyche. I came across a meme starring Hermes, talking about the 4 stages of the animus and how Hermes is the most superior stage. Hermes is at the top of the scale of the 4 stages of the animus, as the supreme form, equivalent to Sophia. Hermes was a messenger of the gods, who came down from Olympus to carry out the decisions of the gods, or to communicate the divine word to mortals. His title was Hermes Psychopompus. Pompous meaning leader, and psyche means soul. A leader of souls. This is a very important archetypal figure in the unconscious. It is the archetype of the old wise man. The medicine man in primitive tribes is the first form of the leader of souls, and then later on, the healer, or the priest, or the analyst. Carl Jung. And I've realized not many people truly understand what Jung was speaking about when he was exploring the anima and the animus within the alchemical sentence of truth. Instead of calling it an equation, we call it a sentence, because it's poetry and it's lyrical in many ways. And this is what the thinky brain or intellectual mind struggles with in our current time, in our current culture. The constructs of the mind currently are very logical, bordering on soma, bordering on taking pills to deaden the emotional intelligence and taking drugs to heighten the intellect, which when we get into this and when we truly understand it, the intellect is married to the ego and roots for the ego. So if you're still stuck in the paradigm of angel and demon, you got an angel on one shoulder and a demon on the other shoulder, then we can take that into the realm of the mind. So just go up from your shoulders a couple inches and then you can see the mind as having a light side and a dark side. The dark side is for survival. It's through the lower chakras is where the intellectual side of the mind works. And in contrast, the emotional side of the mind works in the realm of the imaginary, beyond physical, in the metaphysical, when it's healthy. So you have this angelic, feminine side, which is how we've termed it within alchemy, as we label most things, masculine or feminine. Instead, there's also a cash, but we're not talking about that today. So being up there with the angel demon situation, we can easily surmise that the logical mind is completely out of control in our modern times. It's Prometheus on crack.
Are you, Alice, menstruating right now?
What has that got to do with it?
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
And what I mean by that is that technology, science, electricity, progress has led to the greed of it, you see, the lack of substance of it. You know what I mean? There's no soul in it. There's no ghost in the machine. It's just the machine. And the fakery, this phoniness, I found in extreme measures here in Los Angeles. If you want to learn about fakery, this is the place to do it. And this is like an advanced course. My goodness. It's very disturbing and dystopian, and I find it very difficult to deal with. However, as Kate Bush says, it's nearly killing me, but what a lovely feeling, because I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm understanding, and I'm knowing. It's a gnosis thing, and to truly know is to live it. And us kamikaze, karmakagyu, spiritual souls from ancient times, we play hard or go home. And I'm definitely playing hard. I hope you can appreciate that out there. So I play really hard so that maybe you don't have to. You might have been confused with the labels I used, because many people who still have unhealed issues in their subconscious will have what we call in Buddhism a defensive mind, the no mind, right? Like, no, no. Would you like to? Do you want? No, no. It's the no mind. Because I had it and I know it. K-N-O-W. So, the no mind. My guru actually helped me with my no mind. But for you, you might want to watch the film Yes Man with Jim Carrey, where he meets a fake guru, I think in Los Angeles more than likely. Imagine that. And this guru, his big thing is to tell everybody to say yes to everything. I forget the time period, but it's at least 24 hours. And you have to, when you get an offer, you have to say yes. Well, that was similar to what my guru did.
I'd like to welcome our new members. Who among you is new?
He is! This guy right here! He's new! Over here!
Come on up, future yes man.
That's okay, I'm just auditing.
You can't audit life, my friend. Now get on up here.
No thanks, I'm cool.
I'm sorry. A little bit more.
No.
Okay. If the molehill won't come to Terence, Terence will come to the molehill. What's your name?
Carl.
Let me guess, Carl. Someone talked you into coming here today, didn't they?
Yes.
And you're not sure about this, are you?
No.
You're dead, Carl. You say no to life, and therefore you're not living. You make up excuses to the people around you and to yourself. You're stuck in the same dead-end job you have been for years. You don't have a girlfriend. You don't have anything close to a girlfriend. And you lost the love of your life because she couldn't be with someone who didn't live theirs. And on most nights, you're so bored and filled with ennui, you can't even summon the enthusiasm necessary to masturbate. Am I right, Carl?
I have had some trouble.
We're gonna make a covenant, Carl. Do you want to make a covenant? The word is yes, Carl.
Yes!
Once you leave this building, every time an opportunity presents itself, no matter what it is, you will say yes.
That was similar to what my guru did, except for she was real. And she gave me a shock hypnosis with it. She gave me heart transmission. She gave me energetic medicine and love to take home with me as she sent me home with this lesson. As an attempt for my guru to chip away at my ego, she brought up that I had the defensive mind. And she used examples from my real life that she had observed to show me to myself. So she gave me a mirror to look at myself with all compassion, believe me. She was the grace of compassion. I never felt judged by her, not once. I only felt loved and great compassion coming from her, as if she saw herself in me and treated me accordingly. It was really beautiful, and thank you, Guru Devi. So I didn't have to say yes to everything, thank goodness, because that's what a fake guru would do, is force your hand, right? Well, she would never force my hand. What she did was plant this seed, which rapidly started growing into a huge fern tree, that said, why are you always saying no to everything? What is that vibration? Where does that come from? And as I did my phone calls and talked to my people and was social, I had this in my mind the whole time. Why is that negative vibe there? When even before I pick up the phone, saying, who is that bothering me? And then picking up the phone and saying, oh, this is also bothering me. And hanging up the phone and not feeling well for a while afterwards due to being bothered. And what Guru Devi knew that I was just beginning to understand, and that it's taking me forever to truly understand, is that vibrations from other people affect me deeply. But the point of this story is that I was able to see my own behavior through the mirror above myself as an observer, and to be above the situation at the same time. So here I am above the situation and tuning in, zoo, 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 tuning in. Where's that vibe coming from? Where's that negative tone? What is it, and what is its origin? That's literally what I was doing, while at the same time disliking the conversation I was having on the phone. So you can say, in one way, I was bifurcated. I was above myself and in myself at the same time, and that's another gift that we develop as we sincerely walk this path. So, as you may or may not notice, I got to the point of explaining the dark side of the mind and the light side of the mind, but then I had to go straight into ego teachings. So this is where I get derailed, and it's not distraction, it's just that you have to teach one thing at a time. And I can feel where most people are and understand that I have to keep going back to the beginning again with the ego.
It's 12 past midnight. Don't close your eyes. Your soul's up alive, and I'll be by your side. I've come to take you there, show you how to care. Just be aware that you'll have to share. I want your love. From the back to the middle and around again. I'm gonna be there to the end, 100% pure love. From the back to the middle and around again. I'm gonna be there to the end, 100% pure love. You saw a brand new high, thought that you could fly. Did I hear you cry, or did you like the ride? You call my name again. No, it's not a sin. I'll show you how to win, and where I've been. I want your love.
That I have to keep going back to the beginning again with the ego. And so the subconscious, and talking about animus is definitely a part of breaking through the subconscious. However, you've got to learn to crawl before you can walk, as they say. And today we were just crawling because I could feel the vibe and understand where I needed to hit the target and not go above it. So I want you to know that for the advanced students, I have a lot of wonderful teachings and I'm excited to share. However, it seems as if I'm going to keep being redirected back into the black and white of binary good and evil and the ego teachings, because I guess that's just where we are now. And for those going through the ego teachings, I sincerely hope that this helped. And, you know, you can always donate at occultpriestess.com. I really enjoy your comments and your energy, your attention, you know. When you're paying attention, I feel like this is making some sort of difference in the world. And I understand metaphysically that just doing it is making a difference, and I hope you all understand what you're doing is making a difference as well. And that we're building love. As I like to call it, a love-minded community, as opposed to a like-minded. We're love-minded. So that's our focus. And I think that with that kind of Three Musketeers cheer behind us, a rally cry, maybe we can make some real big ripples in this world through the airwaves. And I send many blessings to all those participating in this very exciting experiment called the new media. Blessings and namaste. With love, your friend, Occult Priestess.